Today we're gonna do a Japanese dry curry. What's dry curry? It's kind of like a sloppy Joe. So it's kind of like a sloppy Tanaka. Let's get started.
Good things are coming. Good things.
Alright, like always, I want to start by reminding everybody that cooking should be fun and relaxing, so let's grab our relaxing juice. Alright, now let's get started. First things first, you're going to need about a tablespoon's worth of butter. I'm using unsalted butter. There we go. A little bit over is fine. We're going to toss this into our stew pot on about a low heat. Alright, next up it's time for our veggies. Alright, and we're going to need to dice these onions as small as possible. So I'm going to show you guys a technique how to dice that pretty quickly. First, we're going to need a few horizontal cuts. There we go. And I always like to use my hands to squeeze the blade in with my left rather than pushing with my right. That way there's no danger of cutting my hand, okay? So next we're going to need a few vertical cuts along the side of the onion. Alright, and because of that, now each cut we're going to have all these super tiny onions. Alright, we're going to do that to both of these halves, and they're all going to go right into our stew pot. Alright, I'm going to do this kind of quickly so that way you don't have to wait too long. Alright, so next we're going to do some carrots. This is about a half a cup's worth of carrot, or one full carrot if you have one at home. That'll do just fine. I'm going to dice these up as small as I can. Bear with me, I only have the one hand, so I'm going to give it just a dad chop. Alright, that looks about right. And all this is going to go right into our stew pot along with the onions. Next up, I have a few baby portobellos. Now this one's optional. You can skip it if you want to and it'll still taste pretty good. I just recommend throwing in some mushrooms as well as your meat to give you a little depth of flavor, or as the Japanese call it, umami, okay? So, let's see here, let's rinse all these off. All right, we're gonna dice these guys in half. All right, now we're gonna dice this just like the onion. All right, now all of this is going to join the rest of the veggies in the pot. And now we are going to heavily salt our vegetables while they are in the stew pot. And we're going to let them cook on a medium heat with the lid on until the onions are nice and translucent. We're going to sweat these veggies. I'm also going to throw in just a little bit, about a tablespoon's worth of olive oil. See you guys in about 5 minutes. All right, our veggies are starting to smell very fragrant. We're going to toss in about, I'd say about a teaspoon and a half's worth of garlic. I have crushed garlic here. There we go. If you don't have crushed garlic, either finely dice or crush about 1 clove of garlic. And we're going to pour some olive oil on that to let it toast up a bit. Not too much, just a dab. And we're going to turn our heat down to about a medium-low. All right, next we have another optional ingredient, but I think this one's kind of like an unsung hero of the curry world. We have some ginger root, and this is fresh ginger root. You can probably use powdered ginger and it'll be okay, but I recommend fresh if you're gonna throw it in here. There we go. There we go. A lot of us here in the West don't use ginger outside of like Christmas. There we go, or like ginger ale, I suppose. And at least for me, I didn't realize how spicy it was until I took a bite of some raw ginger. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna peel off this little papery skin. I'm gonna dice this thing up. I'm gonna speed through this so you don't have to suffer through it. All right, now I'm gonna throw in, this is about, I'd say about a teaspoon's worth of diced ginger. All right, next we have arguably the most important ingredient. We have our ground meat. All right, now I have a beef and pork mixture, about an 80-20 fat to lean mix, okay? You can absolutely do this with just pork or just beef or something like that. But A, this is what a lot of people use in Japan because beef is expensive. But B, the pork is gonna give us a lot of nice flavor with its fat, okay? So this is about 1 pound's worth. All right, and now we're gonna season it with our usual suspects. Bit of salt, a little bit of paprika. There we go. Garlic powder, onion powder. All right, and now we're gonna flip it and season it the exact same way on the other side. Gonna speed through that. All right. And that is our ground meat done. This is going to join all of our veggies and our stew pot. All right, and in our ground meat goes. Waste not, want not. All right, and it's pretty simple from here. We're going to let this meat cook until it gets browned all the way through. We're gonna keep stirring it and checking on it, make sure nothing burns for the next 10 minutes or so. So nothing super fancy, just medium, there you go, medium high heat with the lid on. Check it every few minutes, make sure nothing burns. All right, see you when this thing is nice and cooked through. All right, now by the sounds of that, you can probably tell that this meat is nice and brown all the way through. We have this nice broth forming at the bottom of this, all that nice fat and vegetable juice is starting to form at the bottom of this pan. That is delightful and it's lovely to see. All right, next we're gonna want about, say about a tablespoon's worth of cooking sake. If you don't have cooking sake on hand, either use like a wheat beer, like Blue Moon's pretty good, Busch Light's okay, or use like a white wine. Okay, same amount, just about a tablespoon's worth. There you go. We're also gonna throw in about, let's use a measuring cup this time, or a measuring spoon. Let's throw in about 2 teaspoons worth of soy sauce. I just threw one in, here's the second. We're also gonna throw in about a tablespoon's worth of honey. Ooh, yeah. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Watch your fingers, kiddo, watch your fingers. Mix it all in. All right, next we're gonna throw in about a teaspoon's worth of Worcestershire sauce. 1. Okay, my camera girl, thank you, thank you. Let's move that back. 2. Sophia, do you want to help? There we go. And last but not least, we're gonna throw in about a tablespoon's worth of ketchup. And we're just going to mix it all up. There we go. We don't even have our curry spices in there, and this is starting to smell delicious. All right. This is actually starting to smell like a really, really good sloppy Joe, just without the mustard. Alrighty, next we're gonna add in our curry powder. Now again, a good curry powder is SMB or Keen's. If you can't find that, let's see, as long as the ingredients are more than just turmeric and cumin, you're good. All right, so we're gonna throw in 2 tablespoons of curry powder. I'm gonna keep this out just in case I need to add more later on. Put that in there. That's going to help thicken this guy up. Now we need a thickener. We're going to throw in that's about a tablespoon and some change. That's about 2 tablespoons worth of all-purpose flour, just as a thickener. There we go. If you don't have flour on hand, it'll still taste really good. Just let it cook down a little bit longer than you normally would. There we go. Or if for some reason you have a bunch of like crackers, like saltines or Ritz crackers, crush those guys up really tiny and toss them in. They will thicken your dry curry for you. Okay. All right, we're gonna stir this in a little bit. You can already see it starting to thicken up a bit. But let's see here. I'm gonna throw in some kind of a liquid. And now people who like to watch my show know that I like to just pour in regular water. I don't use a box stock. If you have a box stock that you like, please use it. I'm going to throw in about a cup's worth of just plain Jane water. Little bit at a time and stir it in. Okay, and now we're going to let this guy cook down until he's nice and thick like he was. The reason I added the liquid was to give my flour time to cook out without burning any of my other ingredients here. So I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes or so. All right, let's kill our heat. Take a look. Oh my goodness. This is looking fantastic. Oh yeah. You know it's good when you can drag your spoon through or your spatula and it leaves a pretty good trail. But let's take Let's take a quick taster of it.
Then he tastes it.
That is perfect. Perfect. That floury taste is gone. This guy's ready to plate. I will see everybody over at the table. All right, there we have it, our dry curry. There you go. And traditionally, you can either have it side by side or on top of some just plain rice. If you want to learn how to do some Japanese rice, I'll put a link right here to last week's Happy Accident video. Learn how to make some Japanese rice. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get to tasting.
An explosion of flavor!
Delicious. It's nice and warm, but it's not like a punch in the face like a jalapeno would be. It's kind of like a growing warm from the back of the mouth to the front. So the curry powder helps that, and the ginger helps that too. Don't sleep on the ginger, everybody. Super good. Yummy, yummy. If this gets too spicy, throw in a little bit of butter or just a little bit of whole milk, and that'll mellow out the spice. But this is fantastic. The sweetness from the honey's coming through and the carrots. Oh man, it's lovely. So Please try this at home. It's really good for like a work night or something. It goes together in like maybe a half hour. Not that tough. And it's just delicious. It can feed like a whole family for not much money. Very cost effective. So anyway, please try this. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you liked it, if you didn't like it. What did I get wrong? What can I improve? Let's see, are you Japanese and you like my recipe, or are you an American trying it for the first time? Oh, I've been making comparisons to Sloppy Joe's this whole time. I have got to try this. A little bit of dry curry. There we go. Oh man, it works great as a sandwich. Try it out. Please give me a like and a subscribe. We finally passed 100 subscribers, everybody. Woohoo! Next on is 200. No rest for the weary. Again, I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can monetize the channel. If you want to help support the channel, please go to the merch store and buy yourself a t-shirt or something. Oh, please follow me on the social medias, X/Twitter and Instagram. Yep, at Dad's Cooking. And if you have a recipe you want me to take a look at, hashtag it Dad's Cooking with a Z. That way I can find it pretty easily. Anywho, Mom's hungry, manager's hungry. I think it's time to go get some supper. Yep, oh, here she comes. All right, have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. All right, and then I would like to do the same as the onions. You can totally do the... Can I set you down? Well, that'd be great. No. No? Want me to play the music?